I gather it's not that you have something against broad ETFs per se. You have something against the narrow ones, the managed ones, and the way people are misusing the broad ones. Is that it?
That is exactly it. And let me just give it to you a little more specifically. First, to be crystal clear on this, I couldn't care less if an investor decides to go into the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF or into the Vanguard TIF, traditional index funds. They both own exactly the same portfolio. They're both part of the same portfolio. Their returns will be identical. If I have a little bias against the ETF, it's because you may say and believe that when trouble comes, you will not get out in the middle of the day. The middle of the day, I mean, come on. But as long as you avoid that temptation.
Because then you can sleep that night. That's the reason people get out in the middle of the day.
Oh, wait a minute, though. The market went down 300 points in the middle of the day. You got out, and it went up 300 points at the second half of the day. I mean, a lot of bouncing around. It's meaningless. But in the long run, that's a nuance, no difference whatsoever. So, fine, and fine for any broad market index fund, in which I would include the total bond market with some limitations, the total U.S. stock market, the S&P 500. International, and even if you want to put a little chunk into emerging market funds, all total market funds. You know, we had, when these funds started, somebody brought out a fund called Emerging Cancer ETF. And first of all, it should have been curing emergency cancer or something. It sounded like they were hoping everybody would get emerging cancer. And I criticized that particularly in an article I wrote about ETFs in the Wall Street Journal. And the guy who started it wrote me I thought a kind of plaintive letter. And he said, look, I deserve the same chance to try my ideas as you deserve when you started the first index fund. Well, is there a difference between selling quality and selling junk in your first idea? So I guess I gave him a nice answer. Go for it, man. Emerging cancer is long gone. But have things changed? No. Now we have a cloud computing ETF. I suppose corporations that are involved in cloud computing, which I would have said was every technology company in America, but I don't claim any expertise in that area. So it's a great big marketing business. Think of something no one else has ever thought of. And therefore, at this level, the crazier the idea and the stupider the idea, the less it is that other people have thought of it. And then you get bet on the market. I know that's not enough gambling for you. So we'll bet on the market with 100% leverage. Yeah, that's not good enough. 200% leverage. No market there. Bet on the market with 300% leverage. The market will go up 3 times and down 3 times. What sense that makes is beyond my comprehension.